Hey everyone, so in today's video I'm doing a review of the new Givenchy Teint Couture Everwear concealer. Now, I love doing concealer reviews here on my channel. Concealers are pretty much my favorite products to try out and test. It's one of the first makeup products that I ever got into, period. They're just products that I really enjoy. I tend to find if I don't wear any makeup products, if I just have a concealer, I can pretty much be good. I would rather wear a concealer than a lot of eye makeup or anything else. So I was really excited about this concealer from Givenchy because they said it was a medium to full coverage concealer that revealed a more radiant look to your skin. Now, I have dry skin personally, and I also have dry under eyes. I'm looking for a concealer to conceal the darkness under my eyes that I hereditarily have, but I also want it to be fresh enough. I also want it to be not heavy looking under the eyes. I'm trying to look for the most skin-like concealer with the most coverage. If you end up liking the review, definitely make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and I hope that you'll subscribe and check out some of my other videos. And with that, we will jump right in. The Givenchy concealer is $34. Now, we're getting into like foundation territory that I would typically buy from like Sephora. So again, my expectations are a little bit high, I have to be honest. And the shade range is pretty abysmal. I am really disappointed by it. It is a little bit unacceptable at this point, and I mentioned this in a couple of my other reviews of more luxury products. I feel like luxury brands are still not putting out very inclusive shade ranges. First of all, the packaging, it does feel slightly cheapy. You know, a lot of luxe makeup has like some weight to it. This kind of, it feels a little bit cheap, but great for travel. The actual doe foot applicator here is incredibly stiff, and you look at it, it looks like there's a nice like fuzzy applicator on the end, and in reality it is very stiff and plasticky, especially at the tip, which makes it good for precise things, I guess, but not great for swiping under the eyes. As for the actual texture of the product, it's thin, but it has some creaminess to it, and overall the texture is really, really nice. It's thin enough that I think a lot of people will enjoy, that it doesn't feel so heavy on the skin, but not so thin that it's going to dry really quickly and just suck the life out of your skin. Let's jump into the demo so you can see how it looks on my skin. Now, I didn't wear any foundation in this demo, so you could kind of see the state of my entire face, so you can kind of get an idea of how the makeup went on. I would call this a light coverage concealer. I don't by any means think that this is a full coverage concealer. That's just not the case in my opinion. But for a light coverage concealer, it goes under the eyes really nicely, and this is definitely not a really drying concealer whatsoever. So if you're into hydrating concealers with a super thin texture, I think you're gonna be a fan of this one. Now, if you're looking for a concealer to really conceal definite darkness under the eyes, I do think there are other options that will give you more coverage. I don't think that this is the best in the pigmentation department. It is kind of interesting to me since they market it as like a very pigmented product. It gave me the radiance and it gave me a skin-like finish, but it didn't give me that pigmentation that I was looking for with the concealer. Now, this isn't a bad concealer whatsoever, and I do really like how natural and skin-like it looks. But for example, today I went in with my Laura Mercier Lumiere foundation, and that is about a medium coverage. I could definitely build that one up and get it to full. And just wearing this concealer, I felt like the coverage wasn't matching up. And though you can build this up, it's not going to get to like a full to medium coverage. I actually had to go in with a little bit of my Maybelline Fit Me under my eyes to kind of match the coverage up. So if that says anything, it's nice. Is it worth $34? That's kind of up to you. It's definitely up to your budget, but am I more impressed with my Maybelline Fit Me? That's like $5 to $6. Hands down. It's really hard to beat that concealer though, I will say. I kind of compare that concealer to literally everything since it's like my holy grail. To me, this is great if you're looking for a light coverage concealer that has some hydration, some radiance, but it has a thin texture. So I do think that the formula is nice, and it's definitely not one that wasn't well thought out. So if this video was helpful, definitely make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I hope that you'll subscribe if the video was helpful, and I will see you in my next one.